Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us for LOGISTMAS Day 2 of the month of February. In February, Lance Corporal Villatoro and I, Corporal Young, went to Blount Island, Florida to conduct a large-scale exercise known as Maritime Prepositioning Force Exercise 1 TAC 21, which, if you're interested, is MPFEX, and you can look that up on our DIVIDS profile. I'll throw in the link in our bio. So we're going to talk about today just a little bit about what happened, what we did, and kind of our experience there. And shout out to Captain Mercure for being one of the best overseers and planners, showing us where to go and picking us up and kind of taking us around.
And throwing dad jokes.
Yes. Yes. So V, what was your most memorable moment from MPFX?
Well, first of all, I don't know if everyone knows what MPFX is. So it's just basically, it was this exercise, right, where we're offloading gear from a ship. That gear was in Italy, so it traveled across the sea, and then they offloaded it in Florida, and then we were there to capture it all. But my favorite memory, I don't know. I think, well, one, being on the ship, that was my first time ever touring a ship, being on one, like eating on a ship as well. It was massive, and I can easily get lost in it. I think we got lost in it like a couple times.
A few times.
But, and then almost getting stranded in the middle of the ocean at like 2200 at night. It was foggy, it was eerie, we couldn't see anything. And we were out there for like an hour or two, maybe. That was a good time. But yeah, that was my favorite part. What about yours?
Oh man, so many memories from that place. I think that one of my favorite memories was climbing up on top of all kinds of gear, just to get a photo. Climbing up onto the boom of the ship, the big like mast, was really fun. And I think, do you remember the
embarker?
Yeah, the embarker that was with us. She was this Lance Corporal that was kind of showing us around, and I was like, "Hey, do you think we
Lance
could?"
Corporal Bowie.
Yes, yes. I was like, "Hey, do you think that we can get up there?" And she was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Well, you know what? That's good enough for me. I'm just gonna head on up there anyway." So I climbed up there, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to be up there, but nothing happened. So I guess
you got some cool photos from that too.
Yeah, it was great. Just sitting up there with my trail mix, getting some great shots of, sailors and Marines working together to get all of this gear offloaded. It was a pretty spectacular sight for sure.
Right.
But another one, oh man, watching you almost fall into the ocean, that was pretty cool.
In my defense, I grabbed onto whatever I needed to grab onto. I followed all the directions, but I think the sea levels were just too strong or too high, and it like pulled the tugboat, or it pulled the boat that I was getting off of to get onto the ship. It just like, I don't know, it pulled it away, pushed it away, and I almost fell. So I was like holding on to the ship while my feet were on the smaller boat. But that was scary, but it was fun. I can briefly say
that, I believe.
I'll try to look for it. I don't know if I do have it in my old phone, probably, but good times. Shout out to, I forgot her name, Staff Sergeant. She got that video of me. But yeah, it was fun. I think we were out there for what, a month, maybe less, 2 weeks.
It was like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And it was a good time. I mean, I think we've met a lot of cool people. You got a lot of cool shots of the offloading. I like just saw the crane pick up like Humvees and all type of gear and just pick it out of like the freaking basement of the ship, and like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Put it onto
it's spectacular how much gear they can fit onto one of those ships. We were working on the USNS Lopez, and it was just a massive ship. Seeing them offload Calmars, spectacular, and all the Marines on the bottom, the embarkers who were guiding it in, making sure that it didn't hit the side of the ship. Pretty insane.
Yeah. And then what was that cafe called?
Oh gosh, what was it called? But yeah, there was a restaurant cafe on the base.
Clutch.
One of the most interesting parts, I mean, this was my first exercise with second MLG. I had arrived at MLG in December and then sent out to MPFEX in February. One of the most interesting parts for me was going around the base in golf carts. That was so unique. I had never experienced that before because the chow hall and the tents were so spread apart from each other that we would take golf carts down there, and only like staff sec really had the golf carts, and Comstrat too. And so we hopped in the golf carts and we'd pick up people on the way to go get chow.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked walking like a little over a mile to go to the chow hall in like 30-degree weather. So every time we could pick up someone, like we knew like they were so appreciative of it. But yeah, I mean, we do need a golf cart. Like we needed to be like at different different locations, like as quick as possible. So being on foot wasn't the smartest way to get around. But yeah, that was fun too.
And with that exercise being as large scale as it was, we had to be in like 3 different places at once all the time. And so I was constantly getting text messages from different sections saying, hey, we're offloading gear at this site, or hey, there's a meeting here, or there's more offloads here. And there were like 4 meetings a day. So balancing all of that.
You were busy. You were busy. When I was editing, I know you were in meetings and stuff. And so you killed it out there too. So
yeah, you did too. I mean, like all of our B-roll and all of our imagery, it was on the Marines Mill page. It was getting skylined I mean, it was a huge exercise. So the imagery that was coming from it was truly spectacular, and we really partnered well together to get that job done. So I'm proud of the work that we did.
Yay.
And so that wraps up February for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us and listening in. We really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing day 10 if you guys would like to join me for that. V, when is your next video coming out?
I am doing day 7 and day 8 of LOGISTMAS. So on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, please tune into our social media and you'll see my videos.
Here's with V.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you again so much for joining us. Thank you, V, for coming in. All right. Bye, everybody.